Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Check this out. This is a beast. This thing is huge. This is the John Deere 17P, but we're going to go ahead and put this thing together and then I'll show it off. So I've had a 17 cubic foot metal trailer from, I think it was Blue Hawk, for ages, and I never liked it from the day that I got it. And so when it was time to say I give up on the Blue Hawk, this was kind of a no-brainer. Got the instructions here. You do need a few tools, but here it does have a really nice blister pack to show you, hey, what you're gonna need, and each step has its own pile of stuff. Tool-wise, it says you need a flat blade screwdriver, a 9/16 wrench, a 1/2 inch wrench, and a pair of pliers. So not a whole lot of tools there. We're gonna go ahead and get started here. Let me get the manual. First thing they want you to do, of course, is just make sure everything came. It's just the way they ship it is they put everything inside, put a piece of cardboard over it, and then strap that down. The cardboard on this one was beat up a bit, but everything was in my box. I double checked it. Okay, so it's saying step one, we're gonna be installing the bracing that's on the front there. Place longitudinal supports, secure with 5/16 and slotted head screws. Do not tighten the nuts at this time is what it's saying. Cool. Okay, well, let's get started. All right, stick one through there. Cool. Stick one through there. Cool. And then each one of these gets a flat washer, a lock washer, and then a nut. And once we have them all going, then we tighten it down. Ooh. Make that easier. All right, I'm gonna push against the one to that side. Okay. Okay, pull it back some. All right, if you want to push them in on the bottom ones, I'll hold it. Yep. So once you have all those installed, we're going to go back through. Jen is going to hold the screwdriver end, and I'm going to use the wrench to tighten all these down. So it says to tighten all these. So let me do that now. You're going to use that. We'll start from here, go across, then across, and then to the bottom. You just hold it, I'll tighten. All right, next up, as my poor wife hides down here in this hole, we're going to install this, which is our front latch. And that is it for it needing a partner. Could you do it without one? Probably. Would it be much fun? Definitely not. All right. Cool. Hop on out. That's it. All right, well, that's it for Jen's help. I appreciate that. So we're going to move on to the next page here. And it says, determine if your cart includes a lock bar and a foot pedal. Mine does. See assembly cart bar or assembly foot pedal instructions. All right, before moving on, I wanted to show you how this is supposed to go in. The directions are a little bit vague on that. So it pulls back the inside here, and this is where I had some struggle. That spring, its location, and these actually come up and sit there in their final resting place, and that puts the tension so that this stays. You can see how much effort it takes to move that back now. Well, now that that's installed, we're ready to move on. We're almost done. Just gonna slide in this, which is our axle, but also the pivot point for our cart when we want to dump it. Slide that in, latch it into place. Then we're going to install our wheels and clips. And that puts a washer. Hopefully the rest of it will slide out of there. That, another washer. And then we're ready for a wheel. When you're picking your wheel, make sure that your valve stem is facing out. And then we're going to put another washer and a C-clip. And that's what the pliers are for, although usually the first time they go on, it's not so bad. Let me see. If I can tap this one into place. There we go. Perfect. Now this will need to be greased. There's grease fittings on the end of these. Please make sure to use that or you'll suffer some premature wear there. We don't want that. Oh, we're getting there now, my friends. Now, if you don't have a grease gun, it's okay. Before you put those on, apply a bunch of grease, just wipe grease onto those surfaces and you'll be just fine. Last thing, last piece. Gonna install that. That's our hitch. And we just have our last 2 nuts and bolts here. That's a heavy duty piece too. I'll get both those started and then we'll tighten them down. These are lock washers, so a little harder than, or locking nuts, a little harder to put on there than some of the previous stuff that just kind of spun on place there, and then that pin goes right there. Let's tighten that up and we'll take it for a spin. That's it. Cool beans. Let's flip this thing over and wrap up this video. There it is. It's a beast, the John Deere 17P poly dump cart. Nicely done. Big sucker. Yeah, in a second here, I'm gonna take you over and show you just how different it is, how much extra space you're looking at if you want to get something like this. That is huge. This is what I've been using, this turd right here. And it is, you can see it's rusted out, damaged. I had to reinforce the frame. Do yourself a favor, avoid Blue Hawk. That was a garbage. Doing things like this, loading up firewood. A bunch of trees that we took down, and we're chopping them up little by little, and then I'm gonna split them, and we're dumping them right here. And that's what this is gonna be doing. Very cool, very, very nice product. All right, my friends, take care.